Good evening and welcome. I don't think anybody wearing sky blue expected that outcome tonight. And what a fantastic result. We went down to the Lion's Den and it was like a little kitten litter tray, wasn't it, Vicky? As we just went down there and pumped them 4-0. Although I did predict a 3-1 win, didn't I? So when we were 3 up, I was sort of saying, come on, Millwall, we'll let you have the one goal. And then, of course, we get fourth. But what a fantastic result, Vicky. And I've got to say, we have to start with the courage of Frank Lampard to pick the same team again. We talked about, will he make any changes? I think Frank's is basically saying it's excuses, all this tiredness nonsense. If we're winning and the team's strong enough, you're playing.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of the players have always said, haven't they, if they're winning, they want to be playing. And I think actually, even if they're not winning, they want to play to turn it around, unless they're weak character. So I think it's always the way to go. Just keep on doing what's going well.
And also the fact that EMC was on the bench, that was nice, wasn't it, to see
Positive,
that?
Yeah.
And I just thought, if we're going to get promoted, just stick with the same team. And fair play. I mean, we're doing it without Rodoni and EMC at the minute. The last 2 games have been excellent results, and also the performance. And I mean, the key for me now is the fact that after 8 matches, we've only conceded 1 goal from open play, that's quite incredible, really, especially for us, considering I spent 2 seasons going on about how our defence keeps letting in daft goals all the time. Apart from set pieces, we seem to be doing okay now, aren't we? Defending our goal.
Yeah, very solid at the back. I mean, I think tonight probably Millwall tested us more than most opposition this season. Like I think they'll probably feel themselves unlucky to go away without a goal tonight, won't they? But again, another clean sheet, and that's great, isn't it? And I think that's one of the telling differences from previous seasons. We've always been okay at scoring goals, and we've always been sort of the top end of the sort of table for goal scorers, but we've been at the bottom end for goals conceded. But now we've managed to sort of tinker with whatever we've done to resolve that, and now we're comparable with other teams at the top of the table, and that's how it should be.
So I did like our start. I thought we started brightly. And then Millwall came into it, and there was a bit of a lull in the game, wasn't there? I'm thinking, okay, it's a bit of to and fro in. There's not a lot happening, but I never ever felt that we were going to concede to start with. We do look quite solid, and with Grimes stepping into that sort of, I think we said at the weekend, he plays in like a sweeper role in front of the back too, actually. But it was controlled. My only issue was the midfield was a bit open in that first half, where the play would break down. And I think it's just the nature of how we play now, where we chuck bodies forward. I don't know how you see it. And then you've got this great big hole in midfield, which obviously allows the opposition to get on the ball.
Yes, you just have to be careful in transition, don't you, when you're giving the ball away, because there will be space for the opposition to expose if you sort of all push forward and then you give it away cheaply. So that's important. But I think what you said about just being more controlled, it never really feels like we're panic defending anymore. Like even when Millwall had some chances, it always felt like either Rushworth or one of the defenders had control of the situation. It doesn't feel so much like we're just panicking and making silly mistakes in the process of panicking. It just all feels like we've got an idea what our role is and what we're meant to be doing, and I think as a consequence,
it's interesting. I was making notes.
Yeah.
And after 22 minutes, I put no sign of Haji Wright. Because I don't think he touched the ball in the first 20 minutes. And I was thinking, what's happening? But before that, the effort from Torp, where, for me, Eccles gets bundled over. That should be a penalty.
And a corner.
And a corner. But even when Torp shoots, the guy comes in a bit late and stamps on his foot. I don't know if you noticed that. So I think that's why he's gone off, actually. So he could have taken the lead as early as, I think it was 18 minutes. And then I put down 22 minutes, no sign of Wright. 5 minutes later, 1-0 up.
You're getting good at that, aren't you? The little psychic premonition. You need to say something like that all the time.
And I've also written down getting stretched out wide, which I think we were actually. But I think that's to do with our 2 fullbacks going forward a lot. I think it's to be expected. What do we want? We want goals, don't we? Well, you run the risk that you're going to get overrun sometimes. But as long as those 2, I said at the start of the season, the 2 lads in the central defence have got to mop up. And I think they're doing it now. I really do. And it's a massive improvement, these first 8 games. Yeah, it's just I'm a bit overwhelmed by it. Cannot believe we've gone there and stuffed them 4-0. You know, maybe we should just start believing in this team. It's as
Well,
simple
yeah,
as
and I mean, it's difficult not to get a bit carried away, isn't it? But I think sometimes we have to, don't we? We're playing well, scoring goals, sort of resolve some of the issues defensively, and so why not get excited and see where this can take us? And I mean, potentially that could be top Saturday, if we win and Middlesbrough don't pick up full points.
and also
But
with
we,
teams playing us, like I say, we're scoring goals. They're now going to think we can't really chuck players forward because these lot can score goals.
yeah,
So it'll make teams change the way they play when they play against us. I think it's fantastic at the minute. I mean, the
yeah,
goal itself, I mean, about 2 minutes before, Wright should have released the ball, shouldn't he, to BTA, and he didn't. And then BTA, I thought, yet again, had a top game up front. I think he was
yeah,
busy, lively. I don't know, you saw it. And then, of course, he makes the goal really by winning the ball back, didn't he?
yes. And then once he got pushed a bit wide, rather than having a silly shot that was never going to go in, he's actually like done the sensible thing and played it across for Wright. And that's the thing I really like about Asante. Actually, I find that he, as a striker, he is prepared to do that. If there's somebody better placed, he will play them in. And I think, like you said, I mean, Wright could have played him in earlier, and I think that's sometimes a frustration with him that he won't release the ball when he could. Yeah, brilliant performance again by Asante. I thought really coming to his own this season and like stamping down a like strong argument to be starting week in, week out. And obviously once both the EMC and Sakamoto and Rodoni are all fit and there's more like demand for places, he's still got a strong shout for one of those spots. I mean, maybe for Sakamoto, who hasn't seemed to have hit his full form yet and isn't really creating the same end product. So yeah, it's just
Yeah,
there's a lot of positives at the minute.
we noted that during the game that he beats a man, but he's not really getting the balls in the right place, is he? I mean, he did with Eccles when he got bundled over, but there's not been many, has there? I think we need a bit more out of Sakamoto now because you have got players chomping at the bit to try and get back in the team, and it can only be good. I'll read some comments out, shall I?
Yeah, yeah.
Also, like and subscribe, please. We're up late here. Past me bedtime.
Yeah.
I've got my
Horlicks. I'm
Horlicks.
just waiting for my Ovaltine.
Yeah, I've got my Horlicks. Rowan Welsh says 4-0 PUSB. And he also says, put the emojis up, obviously, Sky Blue Sam. Frank Wood, what a result. Salop. Other teams are really going to start fearing us. Been wanting to see 3 at the back. Looks okay when required. Also, Mick Kelly, great team performance. Uncle Jonga, yes, Uncle Jonga, who I saw in the car park on Saturday. Fantastic team performance. 3rd clean sheet in a row. Yes, great shout. To do that without Rodoni and EMC away from home made a statement considering the pressure at times we had to absorb from Millwall. Evening, everyone, from Mick Davenport. Great win. So proud of the boys. Rich T. Wow, what a result. We really look like a team committed this year, a winning mentality. Absolutely love it. That Brummie fan's going to get it big time tomorrow. I can't wait to see him. He got it today, actually. I said he's celebrating like they won the FA Cup against a team aren't even getting paid at the minute.
Yeah.
Great to see. Hope Victor's injury isn't too bad. I think he got stamped on his top of his foot, but hopefully it's just bruising. Uncle Jonga, only slight knock on tonight was how many times De Silva kept getting done. I just think that's the nature how we play. We just got to accept it's going to happen. What?
Yeah.
I mean, at one stage, in that first half, he turned into. I mean, he was Cafu at the weekend. He was Roberto Carlos tonight when he did that little flick thing. I don't know if you saw it, when he jumped over the ball and flicked it with the other foot.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah. Greg Brindle, PSB. Yep, injuries taking their toll so early in the season. Hope Torp always believing is okay. Kev Patty, when we can have a less than average performance by our own standards and still win 4-0 says a lot about this team this year. Great win. Well done, Sims. And I just think you need to do enough to win the games in this division. We were talking off air, weren't we, where you were saying about Burnley last season, where every time I watched them, like you, would go, how are they winning again? but they were winning 1-0, like the way they beat us 2-1 at our place. It wasn't fancy. You just get the job done. And at the minute, Vicky, we're getting the job done, aren't we?
Yeah, getting the job done.
Yeah, that's all you need. Sven Walter, Milan is on a different planet. And Will King says, PUS believe. I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
I should have that on the banner. Offer of mercy. That second goal was an absolute beauty. Not many teams will go 4 up there this season. Will King again, top 2 deck. Could be top 1 deck at the weekend. You never know. Yeah. Either way, it's a win-win because hopefully we can get a win there. And if the game gets abandoned, we'll get a win anyway. So yeah, it could be 3 points either way if we can sort ourselves out. CCFC new signing, Alicio Simeone looks good for super sub appearances. So happy for Sims to get on the board, says Onyx Freight. David Granigan. Wow, what a game. Great performance. Just hope Torp isn't injured. Now can't believe what we are watching at the moment. Just brilliant football. Mark Packman. Evening, guys. What a performance by the best team in the championship. I watched Middlesbrough v Stoke last night and I wasn't impressed by either team. Top of the league, here we come. I thought the same, Mark, actually. I thought Stoke was the better team.
Yeah.
Jack Saunders says, wow, 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 just wow. I really need to stop sending him those pictures. Okay. Onyx Freight, I think since the Leicester game, our defence has got a greater confidence. Clinical in both boxes, Ian Small.
Yeah.
Mick Kelly, it was very hard second half. There was no PUSB, no pushover in this division. Mark Rainbow, that Mark is down there. I know he is. Solid team performance with team defending. Interesting that we went to 5 at the back on 65 minutes. Good result, says Glenn. Performance sketchy, to be honest. We are a team that means business and wants to get promoted. It's like I says, Glenn, I think you just need to do and beat what's in front of you. It doesn't have to be, magnificent every game, does it? Just do enough. Plus 15 goal difference from 4 wins is insane. 3 clean sheets in a row. And how long? My stats are going to be wicked tomorrow. I'm going to look this up. I reckon we're looking at 93, 94 season for a start like this. I need to talk to my man, Jim Brown, I think. Richard T, all credit to the travelling SBA, loud and proud again. My wife says, watching it, she went, my word, how many Cov fans? I says, I know, this looks like more Cov fans in Millwall.
Yeah.
Steve, CCFC, long drive home, but was worth it. Look forward to seeing this show when I get in. What a result, buzzing. And Wes Handley says, if Sheffield Wednesday refuse to play Saturday, do we get the win automatically? I think if the game starts and it can get abandoned, we could get the points by default.
I looked up the rules and it says, because obviously some people were questioning whether it was the same as the Ipswich Blackburn game, but the difference being that the ref abandoned that for like something out of the control of either club. If one club forces the game to get abandoned, which obviously they would if they like either their fans run on the pitch or they refuse to play, that means that we should get the win. And I did read that it said that they can give us 3 goals for that as well, which we don't really need 3 goals, but I thought that would be a bonus. 3 goals and 3 points, and we'll be laughing, won't we? So but
3-0 win.
Yeah, we just need to make sure that we can't be like involved in any like thing on the pitch or anything, because we don't want, if they think that both sets of fans have stopped the game, they'll just call it a dead rubber and no one gets the points there. And so we're just going to let them get on with it.
Exactly. We implore our fans to stay off the pitch. Do not get involved, because we can get punished as well and get dot points. So it's not worth it. I'm not interested. It's their fight. We've fought our own battles. And Uncle John says Rushworth looks like commanding as each game goes on. Super result. I did predict 1-3 win. Yes, he was very good, but I'm happy to be wrong. Steve Curry, evening Claudio, Vicky, great result again. We are winning games in lots of different ways. Mark Rainbow, I'm a little concerned. Talk came off with a knock. I can't even confirm what it is yet, because obviously we're on here and we're on at the same time as CWR. Unbelievable start. The team looks so confident. The whole squad looks strong now. The improvement in the lamps is fantastic to behold. I'll wake up soon. What was interesting is, I mean, I've written loads of notes here, but we've got the show tomorrow night, so I don't want to go too deep into it. But the start of the second half, Vicky, I kind of put 46 minutes, chance for Millwall, 2 open midfield and out wide. Eccles doing okay in the Rudoni role, but he hasn't got the link-up play like Rudoni has he, with the front two? That's the only issue there. And I got 50 minutes, yet again, Millwall chance, another long ball. We got beaten by another long ball. So that was a concern. And you kind of think, well, we thought this against a better team, we're going to get punished. But Leicester didn't punish us, did they?
No.
So, but it was a bit harum-scarum that first 10 minutes, wasn't it, second half? I thought we were a bit loose.
It felt a bit like, I suppose that was probably their time that they could have nicked a goal, and they didn't really take advantage of probably the little time in the game where I guess if Torp had been sent back out to see if he could win off whatever knock he's got, and he obviously couldn't because he went off after about 7 minutes, didn't he? I guess that sort of first 10 minutes or so was us adjusting to him not really being fully in it while he was on the pitch, and then adjusting to him going off and Alan getting into the game, and that was Millwall's opportunity. But once that had gone, I think the whole rest of the game it always felt like we had control of it. Without, like a lot of people said, I didn't feel like we were anywhere near our best, but we just had control of it, and we're doing enough to. And then I think, like Ian's just said, clinical at both ends. 4 goals and no goals at the end. I mean, you just can't ask for any more, really, can you?
That's a good point you make, actually, because if his Torp was carrying injury, he obviously probably couldn't cover the ground, which is why he had to come off. And it's interesting that he did improve slightly after he went off with Alan on the pitch, just basically for his energy and being able to cover the ground, which is what was needed at the time. I'll read some more comments. Assassin's United, unbelievable start. The team looks so confident. The whole squad looks strong now. The improvement under Lamps is fantastic to behold. I'll wake up soon. I'm telling you now, it's going to be playoffs minimum this season. It has to be now. Minimum.
Yeah.
And I predicted 6, and I'll be actually upset if we finish 6th now, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't remember what I know. I predicted in the playoffs. I think maybe 4th or 5th. I can't remember. I'd have to have a look at what Jack's got recorded. But I mean, I think I'm getting to the stage now where I'll be disappointed if we haven't made automatics. I think if this goes on much longer, we're getting to that stage now where you're just thinking, don't throw this away.
And I think there's a 6-point gap already between where we are and out of the playoffs. It shows how quickly it starts to open up. Mark Lights, amazing result, unbeaten, scoring for fun, a tight defence. James Locke says, I noticed togetherness at the back supporting each other. We are still on a 9-point prediction. Amazing. Plus 15 goal difference. I did say when we said, didn't we? The next 3 games went 9 points. Top scorer in the league, 1 of 3 teams unbeaten in the league after 8 games. Palace and Borough, the others. It's just wonderful, isn't it? It'll make tomorrow wonderful. 40, great win to keep the momentum. Have to say, however, as a small pick, Millwall did create some good chances. When can we say we're officially a top 2 contender? I think when you're in it.
Yeah.
Nicholas James, well, guys, what can I say? What an absolutely brilliant team we are. Haji Wright, league top goal scorer with 8. He'll easily get 25 plus goals this season. 3 clean sheets in a row, 7 goals in 2 games. We'll come to Haji in a minute because almost on cue, when I said something in our chat, he scores a goal. Unbelievable. What a player Matty Grimes is. So short on the ball. Yes, Uncle Jonga. I keep saying it, he's the player we will miss the most if ever he gets injured. And I think we don't worry about injuries. Just keep playing these players. Ryan Matthew J, not many teams go there and score more than 1. Scoring 4 is unreal. 22 goals in 8 games. Crazy. Craig Tully, great result. I'm so happy for Ellis James to get on the score sheet. And we'll come to that because he actually made it as well, if you think about it. He made the challenge on the keeper. Nicholas James, we really, really should have 100% faith in this team. And Frank and our magical club. Mark Lights, I do believe we are a top 6 squad, not big enough for automatics. It's a long season with only 8 games in. Don't matter, Mark Lights. Come on. Let's be really, really confident. It rubs off, I tell you. It'll build up. You'll get to the stadium, you go to the games, the belief, the air of belief, it will sort of, I don't know, it's like a tidal wave onto the pitch, isn't it, Vicky?
Yeah.
The players will thrive off it. I sound like Dylan Thomason. Assassin's United, the goal difference is plus 15 now. That's an extra point. It flipping is, isn't it?
That's it, because if on Saturday, if Middlesbrough draw and we win, we're on level points, but we go above them because of our goal. So it's just taking us above teams all the time because of our goal difference, and that's great, isn't it?
He's taking a risk, Frank, and it's paying off. Fair play to him. Harry 74, we are getting better and better. Our attitude is spot on. We look completely different team to the one Frank took over this time last year. Just think about that. It's practically the same players. We were so boring this time last year. So boring. Nicholas James, Brandon is playing so well now. He is one dangerous player alongside all other dangerous players that we have. Steve Curry, evening Claudio, Vicky, another great result. Love the fact we're getting results in lots of different ways. Love it. I'll come to the bit now where obviously somebody mentioned Haji Wright. And I said in the chat, we need to get more out of him. And I was purely saying that in terms of when the ball was coming up to him, it still was bouncing off him and then Millwall getting hold of the ball. 2 minutes later, what a goal. It was almost Houchin-esque, wasn't it, from 87? The whole build-up, and brilliantly taken. So he's an enigma, isn't he? He's going to score lots of goals. You just have to accept, Vicky, that in between, he might just stroll around.
Yeah. It'll probably do your head in a couple of times because he'll be offside when he didn't have to be, and he won't release the ball when he could have. There'll be all those little frustrations, but he'll score goals, and I think they have to accept the little annoyances.
Yeah, but he's there, and it's interesting. With the first goal he scored, he followed it up. He got in there, which was a criticism of his, wasn't it? Where he used to say, "Come on, you got to be on your toes," but he's doing it, and maybe it's just the whole confidence of the team is building so much now that they feel they can take that extra step. They can make that extra yard and get into the box.
Yeah.
Ethan CF says, born in Cov, watching from Melbourne, Australia. What a way to start the day. 4:45 a.m. kickoff. Now off to work. Top 4 finish incoming. Yeah, it's always great getting to work, isn't it? And you had a nice win. We haven't had a start like this in our lifetime, Assassins Unite. I think 15 unbeaten from the start of the season is the max. 1935-36 season.
So before my time.
we're halfway there.
Yeah.
That's I think 15 is the club record. And that's the season where we were scoring 100+ goals. So, and that was that's actually the golden period for the Sky Blues, as the mid-30s, 1930s, in terms of, I think, 4 seasons, we had over 100 goals in each season. So it was incredible. And had it not been for the World War II, we'd have probably got promoted. So there you go. Another thing we can blame Hitler for. Glenn, Sky Blue Hub. Wright, top scorer, MVE, joint most assists. Rushworth, joint top clean sheets. Torp, top midfielder for goals. That's positive, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's absolutely brilliant. Jane Gallantly, watching Australia this morning. What a win. They were under so much pressure in the second half, but could still do enough to win. I'd expect being a boring Burnley with flair. Yes. Except, Onyx Freight, exactly. Nicholas James. Frank has turned us into winners. If we can win 4-0 away at Millwall without Rudy and EMC, we seriously have to consider that we can be up there for automatic promotion. Let's just keep behind Frank and our boys, and everything is possible. I've just been told tonight that the sponsors of our channel have been were kicked out of hospitality after they celebrated the 3rd goal for their own safety. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? That's just shocking, isn't it? That you'd ask to leave hospitality for your own safety. And I know these people are good people. They won't cause any trouble. It's Rob Murray averaging 2 points per game. Keep this up, and we have a great chance this year. Keep that up. We're going up. There's 2 points per game. Flipping out. That's what's that? 96 points. Nicholas James, yes, so proud of our fans too, going all the way down there midweek in massive numbers, and can be heard. I just really find it funny when they're singing Millwall get battered everywhere you go. It's a good job the coaches are locked in, aren't they?
That little bit, yeah.
They were they weren't very good, to be honest. Assassin United, Wright is playing like a true centre forward, winning the header, turning and finding space for the first goal. Similar forward play for the second. Who would you think? Who would think when everyone is fit, there is now proper competition for places? Dawn Cook. Torp had ice strapped to his ankle when he came on to clap the fans at the end, so hopefully nothing major. Yeah, I think he got caught when he had that chance. He definitely got trodden on. Like I said, we could have 2 penalties in the same move, I think. Liam this is getting ridiculous now. No idea where the next moan is coming from. I know, Liam, it's great. It makes these shows wonderful that we come in here and just be positive throughout. So, moving on then, Sims with the third goal, Vicky. Talk us through it, because he won the header as well.
I was delighted that he got the goal, because I think in the last couple of games when he's come on as a sub, he's put himself about. An assist for the Norwich and the Birmingham goals, wasn't there? And it just is nice that he actually got his goal now, and to win the header, obviously flicked it on. I think was it Thomas? I wasn't sure if it was Thomas or Kitchen at the far post who then headed it back across.
It was Thomas. A bit like Eccles, didn't give it up, did he?
No. And then it was all just a little bit comical then when it bounced off the crossbar, and then he just headed it in. And just really happy to see that. And then because then afterwards he was smiling, it's just nice to see him smiling. It looks like he's starting to enjoy his football again. And we can only benefit from that as a club, can't we? If you've got, we saw in the first season that he can score goals at this level, and if he's happy and enjoying his football, that's another player to contribute to our goals this season, isn't it? And he got back and won the ball for the fourth goal as well. He won the ball and then played it out in the build up to Kester Hayden scoring his goals as well. So he's contributed there as well. And I'm really, we all know that I've been a big advocate of Sim, so I was delighted for him.
Yeah, and the thing is, I used to play up front. I'll be just as nervous trying to put that in from a foot than I would be from 10 yards out, because daft as it sounds,
if it goes wrong,
you can't. Because Thomas Asante had a chance in the first half where I think he shut his eyes, didn't he, from that corner, and it sort of rolled off his body, didn't he? Where he probably should have done better with that. So it's not always easy. I know that sounds like a daft thing to say, but I've seen so many clips of footballers missing it from under the crossbar.
Oh, yeah.
So it can happen. Yeah, but that's 3-0. Some may say it flattered us, but I don't think it did. I think we held our ground. We had Rushworth did what he had to do as a goalkeeper. He makes saves. I thought he was solid tonight as well. Great handling. Looked to play the ball quick. Maybe the fact that Dovin's back in training, he's probably thinking, right, I've got to make sure I keep my place here till at least Christmas, which he will do anyway, obviously, because Dovin can't come in yet. But that's good to see, isn't it? Now that it looks like he's actually settled in, I think.
Yeah, and I think again, they'd obviously seen a player there to bring him in, and I guess sometimes we're just a bit impatient with people settling, and now that he's sort of starting to settle, and I guess a few clean sheets will give him confidence, won't it? And I think it's at both ends really. A lot of it comes down to confidence. If players have got belief that things are working in either box, it just takes away the panic. So strikers are just hitting the ball more clearly because they're not panicking, and defenders and goalkeepers are just making more sensible decisions. And I think he looked solid tonight. Millwall never really put us in any sort of great threat, but they did create bits and bobs. But it always just felt controlled that either Rushworth or one of the defenders would deal with it. And he came out and claimed balls well and made a couple of relatively comfortable saves and just did what's expected of a decent goalkeeper, didn't they?
Well, they've probably got two of the biggest players I've seen in this league for a start, and I thought we coped very well as a team from set pieces tonight.
Yeah.
A few free kicks, corners. I think the team did really well in that respect. Robert Mason says, I'll read some more comments. We're only going to be on here for a half. Well, we might go a little bit over. Robert Mason, this is ridiculous. We're now favourites to win it outright. Sorry, I can't believe it. Win it outright. What's going on? Millwall, this manager of a good type team on buzzing. Win it outright. That's ridiculous. I predicted this success. Sorry, people. So, Robbo, I predicted this success prior to the season began, and I was ridiculed by some. You know who you are. Let's get this right behind our squad. Now, cut out the negativity, please, for Sim scoring. After Saturday, Lee Lishman says, I thought we'd have a struggle tonight. That's a tricky place, but we blew them away like we have many times already this season. We are different gravy. We play as well organised unit. The thing is, when it starts going well, you feel like you're never going to lose.
Was it Matty Godden or Fads that said that in that season when we were like League One promoted, and that's what they said, didn't they? That season they felt like they were like unbeatable, and if you get that mindset going, it carries you a long way, doesn't it?
It's a massive plus, and the fact that we're not conceding from open play, I find that incredible. 1 goal, Vicky. It's in 8 matches. That's the
turnaround, isn't it? That's the turnaround.
Yeah, definitely. Carl Rushworth says Nicholas James, as I've maintained from the outset, is a top keeper. Frank has transformed this squad with Chris and Joe, just superb. I love this incredibly special club so much. I actually feel very emotional. Oh, I think you need to get on your drums, Nicholas James. Quality musician. He likes a good old drum. Beat it out, I reckon. Upset the neighbours. Get it out your system. Frank Hunter. Wednesday demonstrates on the pitch. It's enough for our fans to stay and stand and applaud them out of empathy. They've been there, we get it, but it's not our battle. No point risking us being docked. Exactly. It's their fight, not ours. It's the way it is. We've been there, we've done our battles. Mark Rainbow, a 4-0 away win, and it's not even our best performance. It was very workmanlike, reminiscent of a Robins team. It showed we can roll up our sleeves and work hard. Of course, Mark, who was there, probably on the coach now, sat somewhere, stuck in traffic, no doubt. Just check, Claudia, we haven't scored this many after 8 games since 1934. One for Jim Brown. I've told you, it is that long ago. It is bonkers. Everyone needs to take our challenge for this league title seriously. Exactly. Stephen Norton. Our goal difference is better than every other team's goals scored. That's a fantastic stat. Just imagine we really start doing it. Yeah, Tats crossing is sublime. However, this final pass tonight was really poor. Mick Kelly's put 1934 Claudio was at them games. I must admit, I would love to turn the clock back and have a chance to go and witness football in the 1930s. It would have been something different, wasn't it? Wolfenden looked a bit dazed after the 4th. Don't know if these clips TV picked up on that. Oh, he collided with the keeper, didn't he? He's a big, strong lad. If you haven't got anything positive to comment on, don't bother tuning in. We only want positive fans. Yes, Robbo. I know who Robbo is. So I'm with you there, Robbo. Lee Lishman, never seen so many players improve over one season. Started off thinking 1 or 2, now I can see 6 or 7. An amazing turnaround. Must be this serious backroom staff coaches that when Frank came in. Maybe start offering some new contracts, extended contracts. Yeah, 15 goal difference in October is absurd. It truly is.
But they said as well on Sky, didn't they, that Haji Wright has scored more goals than Millwall have all season, haven't they? So the goals are just crazy.
But what happens, Vicky, is after a while you expect to score goals as fans.
Yeah,
you just expect it, and that's what's going to happen now. Every time we go forward, we're thinking we can score here. I mean, really, if we get our act together, we could destroy Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday. And that's a dangerous thing to say, but that's how they should feel as a squad. And of course, we'd take a 1-0, wouldn't we? We know that, but we could easily do what we've done tonight. And if they don't play, if they go on strike, they can end up with the kids out there for Sheffield Wednesday. Mark needs strikers. They said at the start of the season, Haji's top scorer on 7, XG 5.4. The next XG is 3.9. Milan top assist on 5. I'll take that. I mean, I think squad-wise, we need another striker. It's not to do with scoring goals. It's just basically cover, isn't it, Vicky?
Yeah. Depth.
Exactly. Robert Mason, Haji Wright, according to options, is top in conversion in chances, but top in missed clear-cut chances. Can't have everything, can we? Sean, We look solid at the back over the last 3 games. I really like bringing Wolford on to play 3 centre backs too when we're winning convincingly. Uncle Jonga, we need to see Haji down. Need to get him down to a new contract. Clubs will be sniffing. He's going to cost a lot of money if he goes now, that's for sure. Every single player has benefited from proper coaching, it seems. They're all so much better than, but there's also clearly a better mentality around the team squad. Fantastic start to the season, says Jamie Hillier. I think a lot of what happened at the start of last season was stuff that was left during the Robbins and AD incident in the June, July, where they all fell out. And I think it just rubbed onto the squad. What do you think, Vicky?
Yeah, yeah. The trouble is, if you work anywhere and there's like unrest, I mean, we all obviously we don't play professional football, but we've all got jobs, and if there's something going on at work, especially like at a higher level, it would unsettle you, and it would impact on your performance at work, wouldn't it? Like nobody is immune to those sorts of things, and so it did feel like because I think there's a number of players there. I think it's more the mentality. Is the actual biggest improvement. I think like there's definitely been improvement with the players across the squad, but I think more than that, it's the sort of unity and sort of mentality about getting the job done is what's actually the biggest change, and how we get it done. I think there was always players there, but they just weren't showing it because of whatever was going on. I think you're probably right that whole sort of couple of months just. And it's just a crucial time as well, isn't it? Like pre-season, when you just getting ready to go into a new season, whereas it feels like we've had a decent pre-season and we've come into this season mentally ready for the challenge that we're facing, and that just makes such a difference to everything, doesn't it, really?
Definitely. Foodtech says, great win. We can show some appreciation to BTA. What a performance. His desire running and effort led by example. What a season he's having. Mark Lights, I agree. Sims is starting to do more and move and showing a bit more effort. M. King says, that goal for Sims hopefully will do wonders for his confidence. So happy, echoes his flourishing in Radoni's absence. Alex L. I'll only do a couple more because I'm going to wrap it up soon. And we'll be back on tomorrow where Miles will be hosting. Oh, a very happy Miles. Can you imagine him tomorrow night? And Alex L says, last Thursday, I thought you guys were naive, predicting 9 points from Birmingham, Millwall, and Sheffield Wednesday. How wrong am I? And how right you all are. Alex L, I've been around plenty of years. It's sometimes you have a feel. You look at the fixtures, you just think, well, why can't we? I've seen enough already this season. For some reason, things seem to be dropping our way. Mark Sims is a pest, caused the opposition defence a headache by running at them and has a habit of being in the right place at the right time. If he gets his confidence, we have one scary attack. Wayne Litwood. Oh, Edenall from miserable Aberdeen. What a result tonight. Yes, I bet it's cold up there, isn't it? The Granite City. Apparently that's what they call it. Nicholas James reckons the league is ours to lose. M. King. You have to give credit where credit's due. Frank and his coaching staff have improved the whole squad's play. It's something we've talked about. You got people in the backroom staff way better than what we had at the start of last season. End of. Robert Mason says the Wolfie signers given Bobby and Kitch a kick up the backside. I'll let you fill in the rest. I think I just did. Dave Green. I need to get stronger glasses. We support Wednesday at the weekend, but not spending money in the ground and applauding any action they take. Nothing more. Jonah Fat Cat's watching. I think he did a live watch along, didn't he? And he'll be coming on hopefully Saturday, doing the match aftermath. It's amazing this winning run, but we are fans when we have a little dip that we keep the amazing support. Play at Sky Blues. That's Peter Camwell. I think we will, because I think any little blip now, we'll be saying we can turn this round. Nice shirt, says Jonah Fat Cat. Yes, there you are. It is. Spending money in the club shop, wearing it especially for Miles. What on earth was that game about? How many sides do that to Millwall at the Den? Also, let's get a few more in. Mark King. Sheffield Wednesday could be a trap game for us. after tonight's result. Frank, I'm sure, will keep the lads focused. I mean, they got a good result at Blues, to be honest, but I'm not too fussed about Blues. Ralph Wiggins, great performance and result. Vicky, before we wrap up, the subs seem to be coming on and doing a job, aren't they, at the minute?
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, that's 2 subs have come on and scored goals, and then the subs come on and contributed in part to the clean sheet. Like, yeah, so because we did worry, didn't we, about the depth? But you're right. We're making subs, and they're actually contributing to the game and the overall performance. And they said on Sky about like what a player to be able to bring on Kesley Hayden. They were talking about how good he was at pressing last season, and that we're just bringing him on as a sub, like a super sub at the end of the game. And so, yeah, that's a positive as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't think for 1 minute, oh, Jamie Allen's coming on. I actually thought he's going to do a little bit of a job there. I think it was a necessity, and he came in, and well, we did get better as well. So he didn't actually, it didn't weaken the team at all, and he did it well when he came on. So I was really pleased with Jamie. I know we can all be very positive because you did win 4-0, but come on, what a result! I love it. Jonah Fat Cat says, "I'm drinking during the Sheffield Wednesday game. Must be done. Okay, we'll see what state you're in after the game. Remember, it's 12:30 kickoff." Dave Green says, "Belated thanks for organising the David Speedy night. Really enjoyed it. Hope Miles' dog is feeling better. Fantastic night tonight. It was a great night. Actually, I bumped into my mate Lee's dad. He was there. If you've seen him doing, he came on the show a few weeks back, and he's been getting loads of flack apparently. And we had a really long conversation. And it's a bit embarrassing that people, just because they do TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that you get a host of some people, you just give them really negative feedback when there's no need to. We're all fans trying to just put out content because we enjoy the club. That's majority of us are doing it for that reason alone. Believe me, we won't be retiring doing this, that's for sure.
The thing is, like, people do all different content, don't they? Because it's their preference, how they want to put content out. And if it's not the content for you, you just scroll past and watch the content that is for you. But we're all fans. You just be positive about the fact that we all love the same football club, don't you? And watch the things that you enjoy.
John Deegan says, "It's now worth getting up to watch City at 3 a.m. Regards from Thailand." I know it's like, so when I went to Japan on holiday that time, nightmare trying to stay up to watch a game. The subs have heard us all saying the bench is poor and took it personally.
Yeah.
It's M King. Nice to see Mason Clark is back on the bench, even though thankfully did not need him today. Ralph Wiggins says the subs came at the right time.
Frank's got better at that, actually, hasn't he? I think that was when he first came in. There was a couple of games sort of early on in his tenure where you felt like he could have done better with the subs. But this season, it feels very much like they're coming on at the right time to actually contribute to a game and see out results. And so that's something that he's improved on as well, just from experience, presumably. And so not only is there improvement with the players and the team overall, there's improvement there as well.
Mike Thompson says, "Anyone worried some Prem teams might be looking at Frank?" Well, if they do, it's going to cost them a bit of money now, isn't it? And hopefully there'll be no sackings now for a few months anywhere. Robert thinks I should do the elephant noise.
It's been a while.
I might do it tomorrow because it'd be earlier. I think I might wake Caroline up if I do it now.
Yeah, you've been in trouble there. Like, what the hell?
We'll be very happy. And Anthony Pettifer says, "BTA was getting fouled a lot and was beginning to retaliate." I also thought, fair play to Eccles. He got bumped over a few times, didn't he? He won us a lot of free kicks and high up the pitch, which I think is what makes it look like it was a game plan, because he did go over 2 or 3 times a bit easier than he should have done. And the ref wasn't buying it, but he did give us a few. So, that's I was quite pleased with that. Dan says, "I'm in a caravan in Wales. A new surprise tonight. BTA has improved. A nice surprise tonight. What, being in the caravan in Wales or the win?" And BTA has improved so much. We're going to leave it there. We're going to be back tomorrow night with the team here. All I can say is, Vicky, 4-0 away at the Den. What a bunch of pussies. Play up Sky Blues.
Play up Sky Blues.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.